In this section, we'll be focusing on deep learning with Eclipse Deeplearning4j. In this video, we'll be looking at importing Deeplearning4j into your environment. And what is Deeplearning4j? Deeplearning4j is a deep learning library written for Java and any Java virtual machine supported language, such as Scala. It's a library which has implemented deep learning models, and it makes it easier to create and use deep learning models in Java. This is a step-by-step implementation. In the first step, we are looking at identifying the key dependencies required when using Maven. When using Maven, you navigate to the Deeplearning4j site, and there is this section which highlights using deep learning in your own project, configuring the pom.xml file. The key dependencies which are required so that you can implement deep learning models include Deeplearning4j core, which contains the neural network implementation. The second one is ND4j native platform, the CPU version of the ND4j library that powers Deeplearning4j. The third one is DataVec API. DataVec is our library vectorizing and loading data. These are the three dependencies that we require so that we can use Deeplearning4j in Java. In the second step, we will be getting the dependencies from the Deeplearning4j site. To get the dependencies, visit the Deeplearning4j GitHub repository, and other examples in the pom.xml, we will be able to see all the dependencies that we want. First, we need ND4j. As it's defined here, there is the ND4j backend. Since I was using my machine, I just decided to use ND4j native platform, but there is also ND4j CUDA. So in the backend, you can choose either native platform or CUDA. In the ND4j version, the current version is 10.0.3 beta, but I would recommend you to use a lower version which is stable. So we are going to copy the ND4j dependency, the core DL4j functionality, the tree, and we also need the DataVec API, and we have it here. So we will copy all this and use it in our project. The third step and the last one is adding all the dependencies that we have seen in the pom.xml of the deep learning in the GitHub repository. So we have copied all of them, and we have now to put it in our pom.xml. We are adding the Deeplearning4j dependencies. As you can see, we have the core, the NLP, and the zoo. And despite the version being beta 3, we'll be using beta 2 because it's more stable. We are adding the ND4j dependency. We are also using the beta 2, and our backend is the native platform. The last one is the DataVec dependencies. They are used for map conversion, and we need to also use the beta 2. You'll also realize that we also have another dependency of Hadoop, and you'll need to use the latest version of Hadoop, which is 3.1.1. So we have all our dependencies, and our environment is ready to implement models in deep learning. So we have, after adding all the dependencies, make sure that you save so that the Maven can be updated. For further references, this is the link to the deep learning site where you can read more and gain more information in regards to the library.